Welcome back, guys. Salute. As you guys can see in the background, we're watching Game 5, the Los Angeles Dodgers versus the New York Yankees. And at this point, we're coming on because we know the game is pretty much over. We're celebrating our Major League Baseball future of the Los Angeles Dodgers winning their eighth championship. This was a play that we put out early in July of the Dodgers to win the National League and the Yankees to win in the American League and meet in the World Series. Obviously, that was just before All Star break. We felt very confident that those two teams would meet in the World Series, mainly because of all the things we identified during the season, heading into the season, and of course, research and the history. Just looking at this game right now, it actually would make sense if the Dodgers actually scored one more run and defeated the Yankees 8-6 or 6-8, because championship has that 68 number and connection. But top of the ninth, 2 outs. Not sure if it's going to happen, but it would make sense for an 86 or 68 game final score. But anyway, um, yeah, the Dodgers did what they were supposed to do, picking up this very ritualistic championship, all connected around the World Series number. This was one of the main reasons why we love the Dodgers to come out of the National League. The Los Angeles Dodgers picked up that 57th World Series win with this victory. Obviously, World Series equals 57. It's a very big number connected to championships. It's significant, and it just synchronized with the Los Angeles Dodgers, um, especially going into the World Series, right? They had 50. So prior to this, you could have done the research and you would have seen that, excuse me, that the Los Angeles Dodgers um, had 53 World Series wins. So the next time they went to the World Series, it was very evident that they would win the championship, right? Would there have been a slightly chance that they would not win it? I don't think so. The 57 was very important, significant, and we've studied it over the last 4 or 5 years and seen how important that number is connected to championships, right? So yeah, as I said, picking up that 57, obviously with the passing of Fernando Valenzuela as well, the Los Angeles Dodger champion from the 1981 World Series, where the Dodgers also defeated the Yankees 42 seasons ago. Now, the reason it's 42 seasons ago is because in 1994, there was a player strike, which the season was canceled because of it. Something with the collective bargaining or something, I don't know. But the 1994 season was canceled. So that's why it's exactly 42 years later, 42 seasons later, right? And then with the Fernando Valenzuela passing, heading into the World Series, and all the other things connected, we felt super confident that the Dodgers would win. Now, connecting right back to that 57, right? You had them picking up that 57th win. Also, their star player Shohei Ohtani, who was actually ritualistically shamed at the beginning of the year with the whole betting scandal, with his interpreter or getting caught for making all these illegal bets. Right? If you're a professional sports player, you're not supposed to be gambling on that sport. Um, so he was ritualistically shamed going into the season. It was a big story, and so they're picking up that 57th win. And Shohei Ohtani is born on July 5th. For those of you that don't know, we write it here in America as 7/5, but in the rest of the world they write it reversed. So that it looks a lot like 5/7, right? 57. Okay. Um, Also, the Dodgers uh, World Series record versus the New York Yankees made very much sense for them to pick up the significant win that correlated with their opponent. So, with today's victory, the Los Angeles Dodgers picked up their 33rd World Series win versus the Yankees. Okay, they've met previously 11 times. This is the 12th time, and they picked up that 33rd win versus the New York team. Obviously, if you follow my channel, and you know New York has a strong connection to the number 33. In Gematria, New York, when you write it out, it equals 33. Obviously, 33 is a very important to Freemasonry and numerology, right? It's a master number as well as, I'm sorry, it's a master number and as well as it's the highest degree of Freemasonry that you can go, right? So New York, when you write it out, equals 33, right here. Okay, and that's another reason, a big indicator of why it made a lot of sense for the Los Angeles Dodgers to pick up that correlating win, World Series win versus their opponent. Okay, so just talking about additional things, obviously that pointed us out. So Fernando Valenzuela um, ended up passing away on October 22nd. And that was the original start date of the World Series, right? When the season started or heading into the beginning of the season, the original start date of the World Series was October 22nd, and then at some point it got moved to October 25th. But it was originally slated for October 22nd, and then when he passed away at October 22nd, that gave us every indication, even though we were quite confident on the Los Angeles Dodgers to win, we had a future in it as well. But his death, passing away, his sacrificial death, passing away, was all the reason and all the more reason for us to feel great about the outcome of the season, right? And then there was a bunch of narratives on which game it would end. I put out some videos on, what might have made sense, some of the observations I made, so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, it was the Dodgers. Regardless of when it ended, it was going to end with the Dodgers hoisting that championship trophy. Today being, Game 5, 117 days after Shohei Otani's birthday, Dodgers equals 117. And just so you guys take my word for it, right? I'll show it to you. So as I said, Shohei Otani was born on July 5th. From that day to today is 117 days. Dodgers equals 117. Major League Baseball equals 117, right? It's a very, very big number with MLB, okay? So does it make sense to end on this specific day? Yeah. I mean, there was a narrative where it could have ended today. It could have possibly ended in Game 6. Maybe it could have even ended in Game 7, right? When it gets this deep in the season in the championship World Series, there's so much information. It's like kind of like, there's a narrative that could be, they say when you go looking for something, you just might find it. When you're researching and doing your due diligence, because you want to be so detailed and thorough, you're going to find a way to put something together that would make sense on which specific game it would end up in. But regardless, the outcome was going to be the same, with the Los Angeles Dodgers hoisting the 120th World Series championship trophy. Okay. Um, and then deciding on when on they're gonna actually have the championship parade. It kind of would make sense if it would be on Fernando Valenzuela's birthday, which would be November 11th. Obviously, they'd be paying homage to New York with the 111, paying homage to Fernando Valenzuela, starting pitcher from their last World Series win versus the New York Yankees. And then also that day would be 120 days after, well, a span of 120 days after Shohei Otani's birthday, which would then be celebrating the 120th World Series. It would also be 111 days after the former New York Yankees owner, George Steinbrenner, again, correlating back to that 111. So we'll see exactly what day the parade is going to be. At this point, it doesn't really matter, but I'm just saying for the connection of all these additional numbers, it might make sense for them to be celebrating on that specific day, right? Um, so yeah, the Dodgers did what they need to do. We're celebrating another championship future, which whenever you can do that, it's awesome. It's a very, very big accomplishment to call a team at some point during the season for a future, get great odds for the community, get a great return on your investment, and that's the type of thing that you want to do for your community, right? You want to have great ROI, you want to have great information and consistency, so that they're able, to get what they need, which is, build a bankroll, profit, and as I said, get a return on what they invested, right? So without getting into too much detail, because I don't want to go overboard, but yeah, the 57, was a very, very big indicator. Again, there's also so many other things you could talk about, but I don't want to make the video too long. uh, as well, because we've already been celebrating the championship. We're just waiting for it to happen. But very, very important to put the information out of the key number, which is the number 57. Okay. So much other stuff to talk about and be smoke and mirrors, but the number of the day of the championship is the number 57. Okay. Ending in game 5, probably paying homage to Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman. We'll obviously have the connections with the number 5 being numbers 5 and 50, and the series ending in 5 games. Let me just see what the final score was. Final score ended up being 7-6 or 67. 67 to 19th prime, 19 being the 8th prime, the Dodgers picking up their 8th championship. And fourth championship versus the New York Yankees, now becoming 4-8 versus the Yankees in the World Series, and the Yankees becoming vice versa, right? So shout out to the Dodgers. Super happy with the outcome. As I said, very, very excited for the community. Whenever you can do something like that, it's amazing to get it correct. So, take this moment to celebrate and cheers and pat yourself on the back. Another accomplishment, another thing to add to the resume. And then, we'll get right back to it. The work never stops. We don't get complacent, and we continue to push forward, and do what we got to do. Consistency is the key, and pushing the envelope every single time. Again, you could tell this is not my first rodeo. You could tell this is not my first championship, because obviously, my demeanor at the moment. But still super happy about it, and just want to say congratulations once again to everybody, to the entire community. Gematria overall, just a great accomplishment. So salute to everybody. Appreciate you. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And if you want, the Patreon is at the bottom of the screen. You can get on over there. That's exactly where I put out decodes and picks for you to attack. And the link will be in the description of the video. So peace and vibes as always. Take care, enjoy yourself, and celebrate a little bit. All right. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.